Down the throat.
And keep in mind, he's had some tough injuries, though.
Thank you, Kat. We got at Tobosh here. Get over there and follow that account. I promise you, you won't be disappointed. I told you earlier they talk God, sports reporting. If you want to get involved in that, definitely follow that account. This other guy here, if you want some overreactions and some solutions or whatever this guy's doing over there. Yeah, okay. So you're the solution guy.
Really, very opinionated entertainment takes.
Well, that's good. I want you to call in all the other radio stations and give them that same spiel you tried to give us a few minutes ago. You want us to change what we're doing to fit.
I'm trying to get a job with it.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
I'm following your footsteps, corporate sellout.
Well, hold on. I got my paycheck Friday. I didn't sell out anymore. I bought in. I bought in now. Not a sellout anymore.
Okay.
I bought in. Vosh.
Yeah.
Have you had a chance to check out this Nets situation, Brooklyn Nets? What's going on over there?
I have been keeping close tabs on it. Yes.
Did you see it?
I think the whole world is.
Well, Saturday you had to have NBA TV to watch the game.
No,
So-
it's called Twitter.
Oh, okay, yeah, but
Or NBA TV.
or NBA TV. Guy like me, my TV stays on NBA TV. So I got to see the Orlando Magic and the Brooklyn Nets go head to head, and boy, was it a long night for the Orlando Magic because you had Kevin Durant with 42, and you had their new player James Harden with 32.
Jimmy Harden.
Okay.
32 and what else?
Well, he had triple double, 12 and 14.
Way to bury the lead.
By the way, first of all, before we get started, isn't it funny that I love this? They said no one's going to wear blue anymore because they put the comparison of Harden wearing that blue Rockets warm up where he looked huge, and then they showed him the black warm ups with Brooklyn, and he's like skinny. He goes, how'd he lose?
You know what I think? I think he had on a waist trainer or something.
They said no. They said there was a funny meme. They said this is what James Harden did as soon as he got traded. He took off a fat suit.
I think he had a waist trainer on. It has to be.
Well, regardless, I think that was an incredible night for James Harden because he got, the first game back, the first real game, first test, he and Kevin Durant playing together, and now is Durant doing what he's normally doing. That's not a surprise. Remember, that's he's the front runner right now for the MVP. He's going to do all those kind of things. But James Harden, I was very impressed what he did. That's
You were impressed by James Harden?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Woo. I never thought I'd hear that.
He's out of Houston. And you were with that franchise. You're dead to me. But you leave, you're good.
Oh, okay. Makes sense now. Bosh, you got anything you want to add to that?
Well, sure. I think he's a good fit with KD on the court. They of course they play with each other back in Oklahoma City.
Also, I saw they had Jeff Green on the roster, so that's the whole Oklahoma, almost the whole
Bringing
Oklahoma City
roster.
roster.
Yeah, but Jeff Green really.
Hey, come on, Jeff Green.
Had 10 points.
But
against Magic.
If you look at how Durant operates and how he goes about his business, like Durant really doesn't need anybody.
He doesn't.
At this point of his career, like he's still peaking, and so I think the injury pretty much just gave him rest. With the addition of Harden, we haven't seen Kyrie yet, but with the addition of Harden, I think that the Nets just have another weapon, a viable weapon that they can fire at anybody and pretty much destroy the East if both players are healthy.
Oh yeah, the Nets are going to the Eastern Conference Championship, or I'm sorry, they're winning the East.
Let's not go that far.
Well, sorry.
Let's just wait till another person.
Well, here's the thing. So it depends on what Kyrie does because, first of all, you said Kyrie was not going to play with these three ever, and it's getting close. It might happen soon.
We'll see. I mean,
you said you would bet your whole paycheck.
No, that's not what I said. No, I said about how when I said that, I said they're happier with Harden than they are Kyrie.
I was about to say it's like because you didn't want to bet me on your Cedar Hill.
You were very adamant though about Kyrie not coming back.
Yeah, that was different. And that's okay.
Was it 4 days ago?
Yeah, and I'm saying that's okay. I could be wrong about that, but at the same time, I noticed that they got something they trying to do because he was supposed to be back Saturday, and then
just to ramp up,
and then they came back and they said, well, he's not going to play because of health protocols, whatever.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, the next night they didn't say why. They just said he didn't play. Then they came back and they announced that well, he might play Wednesday and Friday, depending on something because they got a back-to-back in Cleveland or whatever.
I think they're taking their time because they don't need him to come right back because I think they're good on the other end.
They're working the trade behind the scenes.
Okay, maybe
They
they
gotta
might
be.
be. They might be, but it wouldn't make sense. Like, okay, the only way that makes sense because Kyrie came out with his first statement today,
Right.
and that
Did you see the way he looked on his statement too, Vosh? He had his
Nah,
head
but-
out there. I was like, that's the look of a man who just got his ass chewed out by his boss.
Yeah, and basically they're like, listen, you need to do a rehabilitation program. You need to make you look better. The media needs to. We need a PR stunt to get you back, and then we sell you to another team that looks good. That's probably what they're trying to do. But also, I could see them just taking their time so that when he is ready, he can come back on the court. Because I do think that the Nets do want to see what they have of Kyrie, KD, and Harden. Why wouldn't you? What would be the harm of that? Because if you put those three together and you're dominant, why would you trade? You would go and
I
you
think I
would
know
go
where
for
you
the
finna
throw.
go. I think I know where you finna go.
Okay, so my mind is churning right now, y'all. So kind of bear with me.
The
for a
mice is
second.
running.
I'm there with you.
Like
telepathically.
it's like a roller coaster and it's just going kink, 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 kink. Watch me cook. So all right, I'm seeing something real quick. You just brought up. You think you probably think that the Nets are pretty much working a deal. All they gotta do is go right through the Brooklyn Tunnel or the
Right.
Brooklyn Bridge or the
Right there.
Holland Tunnel or whatever.
right there.
I hate the city, so fuck y'all's infrastructure or whatever. But go across the street, okay? You go tell. What's the owner name over there?
Dolan?
Dolan. I was gonna say Nolan. You go tell Dolan and all them, hey, give me 2 players, one that's playing right now and being highly productive, and then give me a draft pick, and you can have this dude, and him and the other Dookie can cook. Okay, send Randall. Okay, you send Randall across the street to New Jersey, and you let Randall be a role. Well, not even a role
guess you didn't
player,
read his
but you
mind.
let him Chris Bosh this thing up, and you let Kevin Durant and you let James Harden go nuts. Unleash those 3 on the entire Eastern Conference, and I promise you, whoever comes out the West will have a fight in their hands. I guarantee you. The other thing, before you address that part, the other thing, kudos to Kyrie for his off the court work of what he's doing in the black community, because it just came out the other day that he purchased a home for the family of George Floyd.
The people.
So let's
people
understand
who
this dude.
commented on that made me so mad yesterday.
What'd they
Jesus
say?
Christ, it was disgusting.
What did they say?
Of course it is.
Why is he buying a house for a criminal? Oh, so it's okay to buy a guy a house who pointed a gun at his baby mama's stomach? That's what we're doing? Oh, it was hate everywhere. Why is he buying a house for somebody who got 13-something million from the police department? They don't need any help. Why he should go donate to charities or whatever. I was like, wow.
White noise.
Huh?
Just treated like white noise.
I was like, wow, I can't.
It literally is white noise.
But you looking at it, I'm like, wow, are people really this hateful? This man bought somebody a house and lost their.
Did you say?
I'm like, damn.
Where's he been the last 500 years?
I know, but I'm like, damn. Like, really? Like, you sit on here dumping on this dude because he bought somebody's house, and they just dumping all over George Floyd.
Listen. That's people. But I give a
Why do you
props
buy a
to
house
Kyrie.
for a guy that was high when he got pulled over by the police?
Here's my thing with Kyrie. I think off the court, if you keep it up and you're trying to make your other people's lives better in the community for a better cause, all props to him. But he has to also choose, because you have a career, you have a thing. You have to choose what's fair and say, hey, you want to do this and this, that's fine. Do it in the offseason. You have priorities and stuff. But I'm glad he did that. Now, whether or not he wants to play basketball, he has to make up his mind. Does he want to be a full-time NBA player, or does he want to be a full-time political activist? He can do one. He can do one or the other. You can do both, but you got to prioritize your things. So no problems with Kyrie there. And those are some great moments. About you were not souring on him and Julius Randle.
I don't know if I want Julius Randle. You need to give me some depth. I lost a whole bunch. I need some draft picks back.
You do.
Yeah.
You're not New York.
I'm just saying.
Maybe New York's stupid enough to take that.
They are stupid enough. I'm the one who initially said the Knicks are dumb enough to take the
and
trade.
then let's not forget that the Knicks are playing with house money.
Yeah.
KP.
Not on that. They got enough draft picks.
They
can
got
give
a lot
us
of equity over there, sir.
Got a lot of draft picks that they can hand us.
Hard.
I wanted something like Kevin Knox. I need to replace Karis LeVert. I need to replace all that.
Not with Knox.
But you know what? I forgot they lost what's the name? Jared Allen. So you're right. We do might need Randall.
So you pulled up the Kyrie.
This is Kyrie earlier. And you know what? I said earlier, I can respect his apology.
You got hate for it too. I saw.
I didn't get hate for
I
it.
thought somebody was hating on it.
Everybody thought I was saying I respect what he was doing. I'm saying no, I respect his apology.
Okay, go ahead.
I respect the man who can come to me and say, you know what, I was wrong. I was taught, I can't remember what it was, if it was counseling or what. An apology is not an admission of guilt. It's just me saying that I care about you enough to repair the relationship. That's what an apology means. Cool. I respect that. He says, I take full accountability for my actions. Had a conversation with each and every one of my teammates. I want to apologize to the fans. I just needed a pause. I appreciate that. My only problem, Kyrie, I understand that. And, you know, I'm not going to jump on you for mental health, mental illness. I have it. I don't know anybody else in the room have it.
I'm a nut, so yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The thing is, you created this problem. All you had to do was say that from the beginning. And I don't want to hear this. He didn't have to say, he didn't tell us anything. Because you know what? This whole thing could have been avoided if he would have just said, man, I just need a break. I just need to step away from the game. I just need to step. Michael Jordan did it. We were fine with it. He had a press conference. We don't need a press conference, but you don't go missing and then say, well, I just don't feel like playing basketball. You don't not call your coach. You don't not call anybody and say, and just disappear. And then your team is playing and you at town hall meetings. I get it. I support whatever it is you're doing, but you can't handle business that way.
Yeah.
Nobody in real life, no matter how much money you make, can handle business that way. Me on my job, I can't not show up at my job and then when they call me and say, where you at? I say, I just don't feel like coming to work today.
I'll see you when I see you.
Yeah, I'll see you when I see you. That was my only problem with Kyrie.
It's about prioritization. You got to figure out who is more important at that moment, and then again, let people know. You can't just go inactive and just disappear into the dark of the night and say, "Oh, I'm just doing my own thing," and then again get caught. Like Harden to me actually did worse than what Kyrie did. Because Harden, when he left during training camp, he was going to strip clubs and filming it, especially during the pandemic.
Yeah, but he actually showed up for work. He never not showed up for work.
He didn't show up for training camp. That's work.
For what? The game? For what?
That's
Game one? For what?
That's part of it.
He did leave Orlando or Miami and then go to Vegas.
And drop 44.
Well, that's when he came back.
Right.
So we don't know if Kyrie finished score 60.
You could have had 100 points. You could have broke the record.
Yeah, we don't know that.
Stop it.
But I mean, okay. So it's cool to chastise him and say, hey, you know, that's your employer. You're making in your career $130-something million. That's all good, but I applaud anybody in the streets right now advocating for something positive.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Right.
Feel free to go, you know, feel free to like vacate your job. It's fine. Apparently the Nets don't need him. And so he's fine going out there taking this little break and doing work in the streets. That's what I'm thinking.
Just
right
let the
now.
Nets know.
You know what somebody said.
But
to me?
again, we don't know what the Nets know. We don't know that.
Well, Steve Nash was the one who came out and said, I haven't talked to him.
Okay.
I don't know. So when a coach say something like that, that kind of lets you know already.
That my thing is if the coach
is supposed to protect you. The coach is supposed to be like, you know, we're working through it. Or they ain't supposed to answer it at all. Mm-hmm. But he came out full frontal and said, I ain't talked to him. I ain't heard from him. So I don't know.
So basketball wise, are you scared of the East now for LeBron?
No.
Why
are we worried about we don't got to deal nothing with the Nets. We ain't got no problem with the Nets.
You're choking up.
We don't even feel sorry. I'm choking up because I'm like, man, why do you keep coming at me with this?
I'm just saying.
LeBron is not worried. We ain't even. You saw LeBron.
I'm 36.
You saw LeBron said about this whole deal. It happened. Whatever.
Listen. Okay. I'm just saying. I mean, he has to get out of the West, but then when he does,
he's number one. You don't have to worry.
Okay. I'm just saying.
But to Kyrie's point, like I say, you just can't do business that way. Now he recruited Kevin Durant to get him over here, and this is what you do. Come on, man.
Maybe Durant already knew that though.
Durant already knew what?
Maybe Durant already knew what was going on in Kyrie's head and caused him to just like bounce. Maybe Durant said, you know what? Cool. Go ahead. I got this.
When they asked Kevin Durant, he said he fully supported him.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
So no harm, no foul.
I think this is probably a positive going forward for Kyrie because at least he spoke and we got what's going on. We'll see what happens going forward. But so far, as a Mavericks fan, I'm legitimately scared of the Nets now. So
you don't have anything to do with the Nets. I don't even think y'all see them. I don't even think we played in this first half of the season. I might not see them to the second half.
I'm still scared of them.
You need to stop. Now, another thing that we can talk about real quick before we wrap this up. Me and Tovash were in here advocating for the. I was advocating for the NBA. Mm-hmm. Tovash wants all sports to get it.
Mm-hmm.
It came out today that the NBA is trying to consider getting the players the vaccine, which I will fully support. And I saw people, well, why should they jump the line? I'm like, all right, now look now. If you was on social media talking about you ain't getting the vaccine, shut up. I don't want to hear your opinion. Your opinion does not matter to me.
What about people who do want to get the vaccine?
Okay, now we can talk. If you want to get the vaccine, but at the same time, they were like, well, they're taking away from care workers, and they're not taking from care workers.
Nope.
They're exactly
taking it from cat. Yeah. They got cats vaccine.
But here's the thing: 500 people ain't taken away from millions of people getting the vaccine.
Right.
So this whole I hate this and think that players, because they make so much money, like they don't have a right to nothing.
No, you're 100% right about that.
I hate that.
They're still humans,
right?
First of all, and they all deserve. Everybody deserves an access to this vaccine if they want it or not. My thing is this, because there's not a lot of doses right now, and we already found out. They did a report, and Trump administration officials upgraded, I guess, the number they said they had of the doses they had, and they don't have as much. So there's like the distribution thing is already like faulting down. It's like not as good as it was. That operation.
We know why. We know why all of a sudden it didn't start. Why all of a sudden the distribution fell behind.
All right. Well, regardless of what
somebody
happens,
got mad that they lost and decided, well, I'm just not gonna just pull the plug on it. Like you said tomorrow, you better see a whole bunch of people start rapping, start rolling better.
So we'll see. There's not enough anyway right now, and so for right now to say the NBA should jump ahead, and first of all, who knows if they're going to get permission? Andrew Cuomo already tried to get New York to buy it directly because he was upset of the distribution schedule.
Well, let me tell you that. They said the NBA, they're considering.
Right. I'm just saying, right now, the state of New York couldn't do it because Pfizer, they couldn't buy directly from Pfizer because Pfizer said, well, you need permission from the federal government. So that's one hurdle. Second of all, if the states and stuff aren't getting it, I doubt the NBA is going to be able to jump ahead of the states and say, well, we can get it too. I'm saying it's a long process. Now, it's good that Silver came out and said, well, we want, and of course, Silver did the whole PR spin where we're going to do it to where our players are going to look like role models so we can encourage other people if they got it. So they're doing that spin. But of course, the NBA is doing it. They're doing it because it makes sense for their bottom line. If more players get the vaccine, the more chances they don't miss games, the more chances they don't have to postpone as many games, therefore more money in their pockets.
Very smart.
Which is what they need.
Very smart move by Silver to even recommend that. Hey, my guys are commercials. So if I show LeBron getting the shot, that motivates 37 million people to go want to get the shot.
All of LA would have just
maybe it even changes Cat's mind. Who knows? But people like her. It may get a few of them. Right. So we really don't we really don't know that. As far as the medical people, they're in the front as well as 75 and up. And then if you have to motivate people to get the shot, then that's fine too. You can also
okay. I'll go with this. If you got a job where you come in contact with people, you need the vaccine.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. So NBA comes in contact with each other. NHL comes in contact with each other. Yeah. I'm not gonna say you open my eyes to it, but me thinking, I'm like, well, shit. They wear a glass mask and they wear hella padding. So when you say that the Stars players got it, I'm thinking in my head the Stars players, when they came in the training camp, they already had it.
That's
and
fine.
It spread.
And then which is also why I say that everybody's saying, well, shut this down and shut this down and shut this down. Like, okay, so y'all want to go ahead and shut the whole country back down?
Greg Abbott said that doesn't work. It's not proof that it doesn't work.
Because he wants to roll into money. I'm gonna let y'all marinate.
Yeah.
No, but if you think about it, like the league doesn't need to shut down.
No, it doesn't.
I mean,
and they're not. They're going to keep going.
They can't afford to shut down.
It would be the only way they'd shut down is like, I guess
somebody has to die.
No, even then, they're gonna say 70.
No, if somebody dies, they will show.
Yeah, no, I'm saying. I think even a lesser thing. I think that if they got a massive spread where I'm thinking about half the teams in the league.
I mean, half the team. I mean, almost every night they're postponing the game.
Right. What I'm saying is, I'm talking about half the league at one time. Is like where there's not enough roster space even.
That's what's happening now, though. They got to keep postponing games.
We're dangerously close to it. So,
well, no, because baseball did the same thing, and I'm tired of people saying, "Well, baseball players don't really come in contact with each other."
That's what I said. And I'm not saying they don't come in contact. I'm saying they can social distance themselves more.
Yeah, but as soon as they leave that stadium,
they're
taking their ass to the clubs and to the bars. They do it more than anybody. Trust me. I played the game. I've seen it.
Did you go to
I seen it close hand. These dudes go out afterwards and they go have fun. They don't give a shit because they're 24 years old. They're 19 years old. They can throw 100 miles an hour and they want to show females that they can do the same ass shit.
So let me ask you this.
Just like we seen concerts in Dallas, we seen concerts in LA, we seen concerts in Atlanta.
That one bar above next to the W.
We've seen.
Stop snitching.
We see people getting together. So these baseball players are at these parties. These NFL players are at these parties. These NBA players are at these parties. So you can't bubble everybody. Allow these dudes the access to the fucking vaccine because, again, we're rolling out millions and millions and millions of valves. So if we're going to continue to do this shit, y'all found a cure. All right. So pump them out. And then let's get these dudes vaccinated because I promise you, stopping the spread basically is getting the vaccine and having people wash their hands. I can't stress that enough. But at the same time, common sense will say, man, these dudes are young. They're young and they got money. We can't tell them shit. Look at James Harden. We can't tell him shit.
Yeah, obviously can't tell George Hill because he said you can't. I'm a grown man.
That's what I'm trying to tell y'all, bro. Like you can't tell these dudes a damn thing. They're gonna go out.
So we'll see. I think again going forward in the next 2 months we're gonna start to see. Again, we have a new administration. How many hours? 10 o'clock. So 12 hours. Or 14 more hours till we switch over. And we'll see what happens then. By the way, do you think tomorrow Biden should play Pump It Up for the vaccine?
That's funny.
Okay.
I'm kind of afraid to
I think Cat
tomorrow.
I was thinking of a different song, Cat. Okay. But yeah, that's a song too.
I mean, I agree. I agree with you, but I was going to ask you how many when the whole thing with baseball, how many players actually tested positive? Other than the guy in the World Series.
Well, the Rays gave you a whole issue.
Okay.
The Rays in the beginning gave you an issue.
The Rays
they went to the damn World Series.
Okay. The Rays were like COVID's team. They were just like, COVID had a team in Tampa.
And wait, and then the Marlins too. The Marlins gave you.
Oh yeah.
The Marlins gave you the Blues too.
Wasn't it? And then in the NFL, it was the Ravens. The Ravens were the big team in the NFL. They remember they had that super version of the COVID that everybody
right, like in the heat of the season,
right?
too.
And everybody, and that's why the Steelers look great because they kept playing the Ravens and every other team playing the Ravens. So that's why they had an 11-0 record.
And then what happens? It causes a trickle down effect because then here I am, the Marlins. I play you, the Cardinals. Now that whole series is canceled, and then. Who did I play before then? I played the Yankees. So then the Yankees got to lock it down.
When is baseball season starting on time?
It's coming.
It's supposed to.
Usually spring training,
March, right?
Pitchers and catchers usually report in February, and then
March.
they get things cracking at the beginning of April.
Okay.
So that shit is right here.
Right. So for me, I'm saying like NBA wise, like they need it now. I understand that.
Right now,
and when I said it earlier on
NHL too,
and I'm saying like, okay, I can't remember his name, Chris, whatever his name was, Hindle or something like that. Yeah, he was saying that, well, when you give one on the vaccination, now all of them gonna be lined up. I'm like, no, you don't have to do it like that right now. Right now, the NBA needs it, and then you open my eyes to the NHL. Okay, yeah, the NHL needs it because they're in season right now.
In season team,
right?
In season leagues.
In season league. Football, we ain't got to worry about football right now. Football by the time football come in, the shit will probably be gone.
So
they say.
So they say. We'll say this though: it's going to be long-term effects. The NBA needs to, and NHL, if you want to put them in there, they need to start advocating directly to the federal government directly now, because again, the companies can't right now. But the companies can't do anything. They can't just sell it to anybody. There's a process because the FDA is involved and all that. They can't just go and say, hey, we want to go get this vaccine. It's just, but rich people know how to figure out this stuff, so they'll figure it out.
I'd rather those leagues get it, man, because that's. Selfishly speaking, that does seem more. I mean, it sounds smarter than just like infiltrating to the general public, because the general public doesn't give a shit anyway. Because I was at the South Lake Westlake game on Saturday in the restroom washing my hands. Dude leaves the stall, goes behind me and hits the door. Yes, I see it way too many times. So,
and that was before COVID too.
General public, I'm sorry. Y'all been doing this shit for hundreds of millions of years. You know what I'm talking about, because you don't wash your hands.
Nasty.
So let these dudes get it before actually somebody gets really sick, or you really got to start, like stopping billions of dollars being infiltrated, through the economy.
I was in the bathroom. Right? It was a stall at work, right? And I'm on the 5th floor. And then I hear a dude comes flush. And then I was waiting for the sink, and nope, I just heard the door.
you see hands. It happens way too much. I'm
and even Cash disgusted.
It's your fault that this shit keeps spreading. America, back to you.
But I'll just say this again. Like I said, rich people figure it out. And that's it. That's how it works. Rich people going out.
Can you tell the people where they come?
That's
in?
right. Yeah, tell at EA Sports DFW
my whole
on Twitter.
office shut down because of rich people.
At EA Sports DFW on Twitter, on the gram at EAZOD60, and people keep following me because I'm just gonna bring you the rain.
Please tell me that's about content. That's awesome. Please tell me that's about content. I hope that's about content.
I don't know what you're talking.
Boss, you tell the ladies, and because of the Me Too movement, I have to say, fellas, where they can find you at?
Yeah, you can find me washing my hands at the sink, at home, at work, and everywhere else. And also at Tavash Hatcher on Instagram, Tavash10 on Twitter.
Oh, and people use soap too. I just see people just put water.
Yeah, hot water, no
soap on there. Nasty person.
Don't touch your wang or your asshole without leaving that room without water in your hands.
By the way, this is not just a pandemic thing, okay? That should have been rule number 1 since you were born, okay? Wash your damn hands.
You know who you are.
Yeah, I've already went through half my bottle of hand sanitizer at my desk.
I guarantee there's about 80 million of y'all that don't do it.
Yeah. You can follow me at Just the Advocate on Twitter. You can follow me Walt Chisholm on Facebook. You can follow the show It Is Business on Twitter. You can follow the show on It Is Business DFW on Facebook, and of course for the gram, best.for.business DFW.
What about the YouTube page?
Well, I'll do that Thursday because I got to put some more stuff.
Okay. Follow Thursday. Sorry.
Yeah,
but we got a YouTube page.
We do have a YouTube page. I'll give you more on that. But we want to thank Kat over there on the ones and twos,
killing it.
You said, yeah, I actually saw a picture. Kat did a picture where she's put on makeup and stuff.
Yeah, Kat, what was up with that? Why are you putting on makeup on?
Feeling hot and sexy that day?
Oh, okay. Sorry, guys. I won't put makeup on.
No. We're just trying to figure out what did we miss out on? Was it a special occasion or something? What was going on?
It was. I started my day at like 10 a.m. We went to Waxahachie, did Spider-Man, then we had like 4 meetings and then
business
work. So it was like, I was like, you know what? I need to be presentable.
I will just say this. Judging from Jansen's comments on Facebook, he improved.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes. Very beautiful. Very beautiful. Shout out to Cedar Hill, who we took an L to Katie.
A big L.
Yeah.
You guys, you weren't even in the game.
Well, here's the thing though. When we won our last 2 state championships, we beat Katie.
That's cool.
So Katie got their return.
No, they took you out of the game early.
What's your team? What's your high school?
Let's go. Central Chargers, baby.
We up. Okay, I didn't think so. Y'all weren't even in the deal. We'll be back here Thursday night. Like we always say, always do what's best for business. And if we don't see you around, then we'll see you around.